Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
So now he talks about the chief queen. What are the characteristics of the chief queen? She is the one who has been consecrated on her head. That is, she has the Raja Maryada to be done. She has taken the throne, she has a crown, and she is of high birth and character, possessed of accomplishments, advanced in age, indifferent to her rivals, free from anger, and who fully understands the king's character, shares equally his joys and sorrows, and is always engaged in propitiatory rites for the good of the royal husband, calm, affectionate, patient, and benevolent to the inmates of the harem. So this is seen in the senior queen, who is more diplomatic. Now the other queens, those wives of the king, who have all these qualities, except that they are denied proper consecration and who are proud of royal descent and are eager for enjoying affection, are pure and always brilliantly dressed, jealous of other rivals. See, slightly the jealous characteristic is seen here, and maddened on account of their young age and other qualities. They are called Devi, the queen. Then other high-born wives, who are daughters of generals or ministers or of other employees, when they are elevated by the king through bestowal of affection and honor and become his favorite due to good manners and physical charm, and attain importance through their own merits, and they are known as Swamini, high-born wives. Then he moves on to Sthayini, ordinary wives. Ordinary wives of a king are those who have physical charm and young age, is violent in the Shringara elements, full of amorous gestures and movements, expert in the enjoyment of love and jealous of rivals, alert and ready to act, free from indolence and cruelty, and capable of showing honors to person according to their status. They are called Sthayinis. Then coming on to the concubines, Bhogini. Concubines of the king are women who are honest, daksha, and clear in their dealings, exalted, always brilliant with their scents and garlands, and who follow the wishes of the king and are always devoid of jealousy and are well behaved, demand no honor, and are general in manners and not very vain, are sober, humble, and forbearing. These are the characteristics of the Bhoginis, the concubines. Next comes the craftswoman, Shilpakarika. Those women who are conversant with various arts and skilled in different crafts. They know different branches of arts of perfume making. They are skilled in different modes of painting. They know all about the comfort of bed making, seats, vehicles, and are sweet, clever, honest, agreeable, clear in their dealings, gentle and humble. They are the best known Shilpakarikas. Then coming to the Natakiyas, the actresses. So now coming to the actresses, he says, it's a beautiful shloka. Atha Rupa Guna Audarya Saubhagya Dairya Sheela Sampanna Peshala Madhura Snigdhanu Nadi Kala Chitra Kantacha Hela Bhava Visheshajnaha Satvena Abhinayena Cha Madhuryena Cha Sampanna Hi Atodya Kushalas-tatha Swara-tala yatirnyascha tatha-charyopasevikaha Chatura Natya Kushalascha Uha Apoha Vichakshanaha Uha Apoha Vichakshanaha Rupa Yavvana Sampanna Natakiyaha Prakirtitaha. Bharata says women who have physical beauty, good qualities, generosity, feminine charm, patience and good manners, who possess soft, sweet and charming voice and varied notes in her throat, who are experts in the representation of Hela, the passionate element, the Bhava, the feeling, and who know well of representation of the Sattva, the temperament, have sweetness of manners and are skilled in playing musical instruments, and they have the knowledge of the notes, the tala, yati, etc., and are associated with masters of the dramatic arts, the acharya, clever, skilled in acting, capable of using reasoning, positive and negative, uha apoha, and have youthful age with beauty, and they are to be known as actresses, Natakiya. So see the beautiful characteristics of these Natakiya, Madhurya, Atodya Kushala, confident in the Atodya, elements of playing the instruments. Swara Tala, Yati Jna, confident in Swara, Tala and Yati. Acharya Upasevikaha, they abide by the Acharyas. Chatura, they are clever. Natya Kushala, of course, talented in Natya, and clever in acting, skilled in acting, and skilled in questioning the positive and the negative aspects of Natya. Uha apoha vichakshanaha. So here you can even take these as the qualities of the actress, and next comes the qualities of the dancers. Anga pratyanga sampanna chatura shashti kalanvitaha. I repeat, anga pratyanga sampannas chatushashti kalanvitaha. Chaturaha prashrayopetaha sridosaihi cha vivarjitaha sada pragalbha yuktascha tyaktalasya. त्यक्तालस्या चितश्रमाः नानाशिल्पप्रयोगज्ञा नृत्तगीतविचक्षणाः समागतास्तु नारीषु रूपयौवनकान्तिभिः न दृश्यते गुणैः तुल्या यस्याः सा नर्तकी स्मृताः. So he says, these are the characters, the dancers who are capable in having these qualities. Women who have beautiful limbs, anga pratyanga sampanna, chatushashti kalanvita, the conversant with the 64 arts and crafts. Then they are clever, chatura. Then they are courteous in behavior, free from diseases, three doshaihi vivarjita. Then they are always bold, free from indolence. Sada pragalbhya tyakta alasya chitashrama. They are free from indolence and they are inured to hard work. Jitashramaha. Nana shilpa prayoganya, capable of practicing various arts and crafts. Nritta geeta vichakshanaha, they are skilled in dancing and singing. Samagatastu, they are the nari, the women, Rupa Yavvana Kantibihi. They are those who excel in their beauty, youthfulness, brilliance, and they have all these qualities, and they are to be known as Nartakis. We don't see such type of characteristics in any of others other than the Nartakis, he says. Then move on to maids, the attendants, women who do not under any condition leave the king except taking care of the king. They are the maids in constant attendance. They are anucharikas. Males for a special work, paricharikas. They are who employed for looking after the umbrella, bed, the seats, fanning them, massaging the king, applying scent on the body of the kings, toiletries, and for helping the king wear the ornaments, the garlands, etc. They are known as paricharikas. Then who keep on moving, sancharika. They roam about in different parts of the palace, the garden, temple, pleasure pavilion. They strike the bell indicating the time, and those who have these characteristics are to be noted by the playwrights. They are sancharikas. They are constantly moving around. Then comes the preshanacharikas. Preshanacharikas, women who are employed by the king in secret missions connected with the love affairs and are often to be sent to that particular work, are to be known as preshanacharikas, to know about the heroine, to know about his lover. So these characters are called preshanacharikas. Then the mahattaris, the matrons, women who are for the protection of the entire harem, for prosperity. They take pleasure in singing hymns to the god and in performing auspicious ceremonies. They are called mahattaris. Then pratiharis, who are they? Women who lay before the king any business related to various affairs, such as treaty, war and the like. They are called Pratiharis. Then the maidens, the Kumaris, the girls who have no experience in love's enjoyment, Rati Sambhoga, they are very young, they are quite devoid of rashness, modest and bashful. They are known as Kumaris. And the old ones, Vriddha, women who are known to the king in the manner of even the departed kings, and they have been honored by them, and who know the character of all these persons. They are the Vriddha, old dames. Then Ayuktikas, women who are in charge of stores, weapons, fruits, roots, grains, who examine the food. They are called Ayuktika. See the beauty of the term. They are in charge of examining the things which is connected with the intakes especially, and those which are used by the kings, scent, ornaments, garlands, clothes, and they are employed for various purposes, such as these elements which are connected with the body of the king. Then the other women employees in the harem there are many other employees. He says the characteristics of the remaining employees, how they should be: those who are not rash, restless, covetous and cruel in mind, and they are quiet, forgiving, satisfied, and have controlled anger, and have conquered the senses. They have no passion. They are modest and free from diseases, especially the female related diseases, attached and devoted to the king, and they have come from different parts of the states, and they have no womanly infatuation, and they should be employed in the king's palace, says Bharata. So other inmates of the harem are the character of the third class. They are the Napumsaka. They should be employed in a royal household for moving about in the harem. And the Snatakas, Kanchukiyas, Varshadharas, Aupasthayikas, they are all to be placed in different parts of the harem. Persons who are eunuchs are devoid of the functions related to Shringara should always be made the inmates of the harem in a Nataka. So these persons are also to be employed, and from this we understand that even these types of people were employed, and these types of people were also given a performance opportunity in the play. That is the beauty of these characteristics. The Snataka, who is with polished manners, should be made the warden of the gate. Old Brahmins who are clever and free from the passion towards love should be employed by the king for various needs of the queens. So there are male attendants for the queens, but they should be old enough, he says. Then the Kanchukis, the characteristics of the Kanchukis: those who are learned, truthful, free from the sexual passion, and have deep knowledge and wisdom. They are the Kanchukis, to be employed as Kanchukis, or they are to be known as Kanchukis. The king should employ them in business connected with polity, and the Varshadharas should be employed in the actions related to the love affairs, and the Aupasthayika Nirbundas are to be employed in escorting women and in guarding the maidens and the girls. In bestowing honor to women, the king should employ the maids in constant attendance. That is, that those maids who will be constantly attending will be employed in the palace. So, then the Natakiyas. Who are the Natakiyas? The women in the royal harem who attend all the movements of the kings should be employed when they are proficient in all the performing arts, performing of the class of dance in the theatre under the authority of the harem. So, they will be employed as Natakiyas in the harem. Then the Varshadharas, persons of pure vitality who are clever and they have the feminine, the eunuchs in feminine nature, but have not been defective from birth. They are called Varshadharas. The Nirbundas, the Napumsakas, persons with hermaphrodites but have no of womanly nature and have no knowledge in the acts related to Shringara. So, these characters are to be employed as the inmates of the harem. That is the Abhyantara related characteristics. Now, moving on to the external persons, the Bahya characters. Who are they? Raja, Senapatischaiva, Purodha, Mantrinastatha, Sachiva, Prangvivakascha, Kumara, Adhikritastatha, Ete cha Anye cha Bahavaha Sabhastara Nripasyatu, Vibhagam Yesham Vakshyami, Lakshanam cha Pratak Pratak. He says these are the characters, and he says he will be explaining the Lakshana of these characters. Who are they? They are the king, the Senapati, the Purodhas, the ministers, mantris, the secretaries, Sachivas, the judges, Pradvivaka, the wardens, Kumaradhikrita, and the members of the king's court, Sabha, Stara, and the explanation of these characters are given in detail here, especially the characteristics. This beautiful shloka connected with the characteristics of the king. Sheelavan, Buddhi Sampannaha, Satyavadi, Jitendriyaha, Dakshaha, Pragalbhaha, Smritiman, Vikranto, Matimang Suchihi, Dirgadarshi, Mahotsahaha, Kritagnaha, Priyavakpatuhu, Lokapala Vratadharaha, Karma Marga Visharadaha, Uttita Pramatascha, Vriddha Sevyartha Shastravit, Nana Naya Pravaragnaha, Uha Apoha Vichakshanaha, Para Bhavengitanyascha, Shuro Dhiraha, Kshamanvitaha, Nana Shastrartha Tatvagno, Nana Shilpa Pravartakaha, Niti Shastrecha, Kushalastatha Chaiva, Anuragavan, Sthana Vriddhik Shayanyascha, Para Randra Vichakshanaha, Kritagno व्यसनी कृतज्ञो व्यसनी चैव गुणैरेभिर्भवेन् नृपः. So the king should be intelligent, truthful, master of his senses, clever and of good character, and he should possess a good memory and be powerful, high-minded and pure, and he should be far-sighted, greatly energetic, grateful, skilled in using sweet words. He should take a vow of protecting people and be an expert in the methods of different work, alert, without carelessness, and he should associate with old people and be well versed in the Artha Shastra and the practice of various policies, a promoter of various arts and crafts, and an expert in the science of polity, and should have a liking for this. And he should be known for his actual position, prosperity, and its decline, and the weak points of his enemies and dharmas, and also free from evil habits. And these are the characteristics of a king. So the beauty of characters such as Sheelavan, Satyavadi, Jitendriyaha, Daksha, Pragalbha. Then he is Dirgadarshi, who knows about the future. He is Priyavak, soft spoken. Lokapala, he is the protector of the Loka. So all these characteristics, Uha Apoha Vichakshanaha, he should be a Shura, Dhira, Nana Shastratnya, he should be knowing all the Shastras, and Shilpa, Nana Shilpa Pravartakaha, knowledgeable in Niti Shastra. All these are the characteristics of the king. So then moving on to the leader of the army, Senapati, one who possesses a good character, truthful, and is always active, sweet-tongued, knows the rules regarding weakness of the enemy and proper time for marching against him, has a knowledge of the Artha Shastra and of everything about wealth, is devoted to the king, and he is honored in his own clan, and has a knowledge about time and place, and should be made as a leader of the army for his qualities. That is, he should be made as a Senapati. So you have to understand that not only these are the characteristics of these characters, but if you have to pen a story, you should represent that particular Senapati through bringing in all these characteristics. And not only that, he should be able to, the director should be able to make the particular actor connected to that particular character or relevant and capable of performing this particular character. So that is the challenge of the director and of course the challenge of the actor. Now you will be seeing about these in the next chapter. Now the other characters, the chaplains and the ministers, those who are high born, intelligent, well versed in Shruti and polity, fellow countrymen of the king, devoted to him, who are free from guilt and followers of dharma. That is, they are dharmika, and they are to be known as Purodho Mantrinas Chaiva. The characters like chaplains and ministers. I repeat, the characters like chaplains and ministers, These are the qualities. Then coming to the secretaries, those who are intelligent, well versed in polity, powerful, sweet tongued, conversant in the Artha Shastra, and attached to the subjects and are followers of Dharma, they should be appointed as the Amatyas, the secretaries. And then comes the characteristics of the judges, those who know well about litigation and the true nature of this transactions related to the court. They are intelligent and well versed in many departments of knowledge. They should be impartial, followers of Dharma, wise, able to discriminate between the good and bad. Again, the Uha and Apoha, and are forbearing and self-controlled and can control anger, and they are not haughty and have similar respect for all. They should be placed in the seats of justice as judges, that is Pradvivaka. Then the wardens of the prince, those who are alert, careful, always active, and they are ready to work hard. They are affectionate, forbearing, disciplined, impartial, and they are skillful and well versed in the polity of the kings, and they are masters in reasoning positive and negative activities, and they have knowledge of all the Shastras, and they are not vitiated by passion and other things. They are hereditary servants of the kings, and they are attached to him, and they should be made wardens for the princes because of these qualities which they possess. That is, Nana Rupaihi Samayukta, Kumara Adhikrita. They are to be known as Kumara Adhikrita. Then finally, he says about the Sabhastara, the members of the court. They should be appointed by the people according to the view of Brihaspati and taking into consideration the various qualities. Thus, this chapter beautifully ends with the characteristics of various characters in a play, and these are explained in detail by Bharata in this chapter. Namaste.